Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoyed my other one. Okay, let's start off strong. Just get my little list up. So this is now chapter 2, and what we're going to be talking about is intermittent fasting, which will lead us on to diet drinks and water intake, and then on to exercise. Let's go. This is the part 2 of my how to lose weight series, if you will. I hope everyone thought the last video was useful. Hopefully this one will be as well. If you haven't watched the first part, go watch it now, because if anything, they're both important, but I feel like the first one's the most important. This is like extra juicy stuff that you need to lose weight, but the first video is like, this is what you have to do. Calorie deficit. Right, let's get started. Intermittent fasting. Do you know what that is? Why not say because you don't know. I won't tell you. Intermittent fasting is where for a period of time you do not eat. You don't eat and you don't drink anything that has calories. So what can you drink and eat then? You can eat ice cubes. You can drink water. You can have a black tea and a black coffee and a green tea. As far as other herbal teas go, it's a bit of a touchy subject because a lot of teas have like 1 or 2 calories or 30 calories, so you have to be careful. As far as I'm aware, your basic black coffee, black tea and green tea are all 0 calories. Diet Coke and Coke Zero have 1 calorie. So if you're fasting, you can't have a Diet Coke. I know, how annoying. My favourite drink on the planet and I can't even have it while I fast. But I still do sometimes and just hope for the best. That covers what we should and shouldn't drink while we're fasting. So I've wrote down a few wee bits about intermittent fasting from my knowledge and what I know of it. I do the 16-8, which means I fast for 16 hours and I eat for 8 hours. So this is how it works for me personally. I would eat my first meal at lunchtime at 1:30, and then I am able to eat anywhere up until 9:30 in the evening. I don't eat that late, but I'm able to if I want to. Now, people will say, you really shouldn't eat that late at night. That's not very good for you, you know. No, it's not fantastic for me, but it's also not terrible for me. I can live a pretty balanced, healthy life eating after 6 p.m. Don't let anyone tell you you have to stop eating before 6 p.m. But it is slightly better for your digestive system and probably a bit better for your metabolism. There's reasons people tell you to do it, but you don't have to lose weight. I don't. And that's because it works better for me. As I said in my last video, I'm a big foodie. When I get home from work at half 7 or 8 in the evening, I want food as a reward. So I will have my dinner after work. I'd happily skip my breakfast in the morning so that I can come home to a nice meal after my long shift. But if you really like a breakfast, lunch and a dinner, if you're kind of like a 3-meal a day type person, then I would suggest breaking your fast at 11 in the morning. And then going 8 hours, that takes you to 7 p.m. that evening. So you can have your breakfast at 11, your lunch somewhere in the middle, and your dinner at 7. And then you fast all the way right round until 11 again. That's 16 hours of fasting. And obviously, as I already said, in those 16 hours, no other food or drink that contain any calories whatsoever. Even 1 calorie will stop the ketosis, which we will get into what ketosis is in a minute. You'll have to bear with me when I say certain words because I'm not very good at pronunciation. I've never been very good at it, so just bear with me. As far as I know, it promotes cellular repair. And I think that's for you, autophagy. See what I mean? I can't, like, I know, like, kind of know the facts, but it's hard for me to, like, really help educate because I don't know how to say anything. Your body goes into a state where it eats your bad, old, damaged cells. This is my favourite part about intermittent fasting. Without getting too morbid, those cells turn into disease. So for example, cells can turn into tumours when they build up because they're damaged, old and not needed. It can lead to Alzheimer's and dementia. It's a build up in the brain, and our body isn't eating them because we're constantly eating. We're not meant to eat all the time. We're not meant to graze. We used to hunt for our food. We ate one meal a day if we were lucky. Very similar to animals in that sense. And we have came a very long way. And it's great, like, you know, if you're privileged enough to be able to have a kitchen to make food and go out with your family to a restaurant, if you're privileged enough to have a life like that, yes, it is great and you would want to eat all the time. But technically, it's not really the way we were designed. I think through time, we've all been kind of programmed into, you have to eat your breakfast. It's the best meal of the day. I personally don't believe in that. I don't think it is, especially if your breakfast is something sweet. Personally feel like if you're going to eat breakfast, it should be savoury. I don't know how I got onto this topic, but now that we're on insulin, intermittent fasting can help with your metabolism. It increases insulin sensitivity, which I think then means it reduces your blood sugar. I have heard that apparently intermittent fasting has a bit of an anti-aging element to it, which is great. Who doesn't want that? But there is a million and one ways you can intermittent fast. People who do like a 24-hour fast once a week and then eat regularly the rest of the week, which is great. That 24 hours of no calories, it means your body is eating all those bad cells, meaning you're reducing the risk of Alzheimer's, dementia, cancer, other tumours. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't always, of course, like, I mean, if something's going to happen, something's going to happen, but it will reduce the risk. And people say like intermittent fasting is for weight loss. It will help with weight loss, but it's not for weight loss. If you look at it this way, if I ate from 12 in the morning to 12 at night, that's 12 hours that I can consume more food. So the time is less, so the amount of calories you can fit in that time should be less. Unless you're going mad, binging, and eat as much as you can in your 8 hours. Obviously you're not going to lose weight, but you're still fasting for 16 hours, so good job. Do the hours that suit around your schedule and your work. I do what suits me and my work. I work 12-hour days. I go the first half of my shift with no food. I can do that. I've been doing it for years. Doesn't make me feel sick or faint or anything. And then I have lunch. My lunch fuels me. Then I go home. After a long shift, I have my dinner. I do a bit of work around the house and maybe go on a walking pad for a couple of minutes just to get the food digested. And then I'll go to sleep. You need to go and have a look at it. Search it up. It will tell you all the stuff that I've probably very badly told you right now because I'm not very good at explaining things. Bro, the scientific research is there that this works. Why aren't we all doing it? And as I said in my last video, this isn't just about weight loss. This is about living as long and as healthy of a life as you can. Last thing about intermittent fasting, your digestive system needs a break. Your whole body needs a break from food and breaking down food constantly. People do 3-day fasts and I would love to. Longest I've done is 48 hours. It was fine. See if you plan it right, you don't really realise you're doing it. The 3 days I would like to do, there is more benefits, but I don't know much about it because I've obviously only ever really done 24 to 48 hours. When you hit 3 days, there's a lot of different things that come with it. People have fasted for 30 days. I don't know how well that would go and how safe it is. I'm sure it does a lot of good for you, but I'm sure it also has a lot of negative effects. But people have done it and they've said the best thing they ever did, and they do it like once a year, and to each their own. But just do it safely. Just start with the 16-8, what I do. You know, 8 hours a day to eat isn't that little. Do that for a few weeks and then go up to 7 days a week. And when you're at the stage where you're comfortable, you're like, I don't really even feel like I'm fasting anymore, throw a wee 24-hour fast into the mix. But what I will say about 24-hour fasts that genuinely I think makes it so much easier. Like, you probably have done it and not even realise. Hear me out. Forget my fasting schedule. You wake up, you get your breakfast. Then you have a really big fill-in good lunch with proteins, healthy fats, bit of carbs, lots of veggies, stuff that you like on it too. You can have the chorizo, you can have the Southwest sauce, and you can have the baked potato. Just something you really like that's heavy and filling, but also full of quite a lot of goodness as well to see you through. Should be filling enough that you're not hungry again until way later on that night. Obviously, as I say, with that meal, have a cup of tea, a Diet Coke, and a water if you can fit it in, okay? Just to really fill yourself up. You don't have to do this because stretching your stomach isn't a good idea either, but it might mean that you're full the whole way until the evening. You're going to bed, you're thinking, I'm starting to get hungry now, but you're going to sleep. So just go to sleep. Don't eat anything, just go to sleep. You'll wake up the next morning, have a lie-in. Wake up at 11. Don't rush yourself getting out of bed. Wake up at 11. You're thinking, oh, it was a good sleep, oh, but I'm starving. It's almost lunchtime. Hold off for an hour or two. There you go, you've done 24-hour fast. You're sleeping for most of it. Come on, there's no excuse. Right, I don't know how I ended up crawling so close to you. You can't drink or eat any calories when you're fasting, as we know. even 1 calorie stops the process of ketosis, which will stop your body eating your fat. But in my personal opinion, diet drinks are a lifesaver. If people tell you you shouldn't drink diet drinks because of the aspartame or whatever in it, please hear me when I tell you this. You need to drink from 14 to 32 tins a day for the aspartame, I can't pronounce it, to actually have negative effects on your body. Or you need to eat 80 packs of the sweetener a day for it to be dangerous. Everything in our food system can be negative if you eat too much of it. Everything. Nothing is going to be safe, especially if it's man-made. Without giving it too much credit, but Diet Coke is one of the main reasons I was able to lose so much weight. At the start of my weight loss journey, when I was out with my friends and they were getting McDonald's and I was obviously in a deficit, I couldn't get a McDonald's because I didn't have enough calories. So I would get a Diet Coke. Now, I got a bit addicted. I was getting like 3 a night. So I wouldn't say get addicted to your diet drinks unless you already are, then slowly throwing yourself down to 1 or 2 a day. Like, you don't want to come too dependent, and that's something I've learned. Don't take it overboard. It shouldn't be all you drink. Which leads me into water. My favourite thing on the planet, bar Diet Coke. No, I like this more. I drink this more. But I think I maybe like Diet Coke more, but I drink this more. Which is the way it should be. You should drink this more. This should be the main thing that you drink in a day. See, if you say you don't like a taste of water, come on. If you really don't like water, you need to start drinking electrolytes. You need to start hydrating yourself in some way. If you're wanting to lose weight, you need to look after yourself. Your body's going through a big change, and staying hydrated is a really big thing. If you've ever been dehydrated, you know how bad it makes you feel. You might feel rough every day and think it's just the way you are. It could just be that you're always dehydrated. You should be drinking 2 to 3 litres of water per day. On top of my 2 litres of water a day, I drink 500 mils of water with electrolytes. I drink 1 or 2 black teas and a few Diet Cokes. So I drink a lot of fluids in a day, most of which are all water. Occasionally I'll have a coffee. My protein shake mixed into it instead of just plain milk, because at least I'm getting my protein that way. If I have food in front of me, that whole thing is gone. I have to drink while I eat. I need to help wash it down, but I eat very fast, so I think that's possibly part of it. I love water that much, but I don't want all those metals and bad stuff from the taps anymore. That my mum ordered me the Bear Grylls 2 water filter that I was like obsessed with, because I was just going to get the water filter jug, but apparently after a while they can be a bit sus, and this actually screws in and attaches to under your sink, so when it comes out of your tap it's already filtered. You can even get it for your shower, so you're showering in filtered water. Isn't that unbelievable? This is going to be a bit deep, but something I feel like I need to touch on. I feel very privileged to be able just to walk into my kitchen and grab water from my tap. I think as I drink so much of it, it's constantly there, it's constantly in my line of sight, and I just feel very grateful that it's just so readily available for me. So if you have water right there in front of you, just try and drink more of it, please. It's good for you, okay? I'm nearly finished on the drink topic. I just want to quickly touch on caffeine. Personally, I don't need caffeine to function. I just drink it because it tastes nice. For example, like when I go and get my nails done, my sister would make me a coffee, normally an iced coffee, and when I'm finished my nails, I am like this, and my heart is going like this, and I feel sick. So I normally drink decaf, because clearly caffeine doesn't really sit well with me. I get most of my caffeine, I suppose, from my Diet Coke and my herbal teas, which isn't a whole lot compared to like people who drink maybe 2 double espressos in the morning, an Americano for lunch, and then a cappuccino for dinner. You know, I'm just not a coffee girl for the benefits, but I do love the flavour. As long as there's sugar in it, I can't just drink like a black coffee. No. It has to be like full of sweetener or sugar or syrup. If I'm going to drink coffee, it'll be during my eating hours, not my fasting hours, because obviously, as I said, it needs to be sweet, so I'll need to have some sort of sweetener and milk in it. It's obviously going to have calories, so I'll eat it within my eating window. But when it comes to teas, I can drink tea without sugar, so I can have tea while I'm fasting as long as there's no milk, because obviously milk has calories. We're getting there, guys. I forgot to mention quickly about water. If you're drinking water all the time, I would suggest putting a wee bit of lemon in it, or maybe a bit of mint, cucumber. It can boost the hydration, which is what I've been talking about. We need to boost our hydration. but also it's good for your skin and your immune system too. But lemon technically has calories, so lemon water possibly would break your fast. Grey area, it's very hard to know. Do you know what? Let's Google it because I would like to know. Can I drink lemon water while I'm fasting? Yes, you can generally drink plain lemon water, no sugar or honey, while fasting, as it keeps you hydrated and adds flavour without breaking a fast. But some fasts, like religious ones or specific health goals, might restrict it. So there you go. See what I mean? Grey area. I feel like if you want to fast properly and you don't want to break ketosis, because as I say, one tiny calorie will break it, just stick to plain water. But while you're drinking all your water during your eating hours, lemon water. Mint, lemon, cucumber water. Okay, I'm starting to get cold. The next section is exercise.
I know, listen.
I'm not going to start saying you have to do marathons or you have to swim 4 times a week or you have to climb Mount Fuji. Just try and walk 10k steps every day. Doesn't work with everyone's schedule, and that's fine, but days that you feel like you can, do 10k steps. A lot of you might not even realise it, but you could be walking more than that in work in a day. So on your days off, just walk that wee bit more. It is so important for your heart health, for how the weight comes off you, for preventing obviously the loss of your muscle. You need to try and keep as much muscle on you as possible while you're losing fat. As I said in my last video, it is the key to longevity and a long, healthy, happy life. I feel like 10k steps isn't too hard if you're not into exercise. Now, obviously there's disabilities, there's different reasons why you can't walk, completely understand that. That's a whole other ball game that I can't speak much on. As I said in my last video, my mum is disabled. She can't walk very far at all. So basically, most exercise is out the window for her. So hence why she's on so little calories, because she can barely move her body to burn any. Does that make sense? But for those who are healthy enough and able, go and use those legs, go and have a good long walk and burn off what you're eating that day. The weight will fly off you quicker if you burn while you consume less. Walking is known to boost your mood. Obviously, we know it gives you the happy hormones. It reduces insulin sensitivity, which is the same thing as intermittent fasting. So again, think about it this way. If you implement intermittent fasting, eat decently during your eating hours. Sorry, there's an orb. Eat decently during your eating hours. Walk 10k steps a day, and you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight very well and healthily and fast. And it should stay off if you continue to do the right things. It's that easy, even though it's not easy. If you're hungry, have a big drink of water, go for a walk. Come back. Are you still hungry? Okay, fine, you can have a bit of food because you just had a walk. Obviously, there's going to be a difference between a normal walk or a brisk walk. A brisk walk's obviously going to be better for your heart health, your cardiovascular health. You're going to pump the blood around a bit quicker, your heart's going to be going a bit faster, you're doing better for your body in general, and you're burning more calories in the meantime. If you want to start off slow and do a normal wee dander, that's fine. Just take your time. If you don't really like going out, if it's very cold where you live or too hot where you live, you don't really like going out, and if you have the spare funds for about £100 to £150, you can get a walking pad for the house. I have one and it is a lifesaver. Honestly, say if you're one to maybe you work from home, you can get a table. I've got the whole table. I can put my iPad on it when I edit my vlogs, and I edit my vlog while I'm walking on my walking pad. Sometimes I put the whole walking pad in front of the TV with my table, a mug of my herbal tea, my filter flask with my water, and I stick on a movie or a YouTube video and I just walk while I watch it. And I promise, you don't even realise the time going by. So that's an option if you're not really one for wanting to go out and stuff and walk around parks and stuff. But also I do think getting out into nature is maybe more beneficial for you mentally. But each to their own. Just try and get more steps in if you can. If 10k steps a day sounds like too much to start off with, start with 5 or start with 7. Just do what's comfortable for you. As you begin to lose weight, and obviously as you move your body more every day, doing your 10k steps or your 5k or your 7k steps, you will become fitter. Life will become a bit easier for you, if that makes sense, especially if you're carrying a lot of weight. That weight can really get you down. I know I couldn't do certain things then that I can do now. You'll get to the point where you can probably say, I could do 15k steps a day, no problem. no skin off my back, good on you, go do it then. You just need to start somewhere and you'll get into the mojo and into the routine. Okay, that's pretty much all I'm going to say on cardio. I know a brisk walk isn't everyone's opinion on cardio. I also would recommend running is very, very good for your cardiovascular health, but it's not for everyone. And personally, it was for me and I've came away from it. But that's just me. If you are a cardio fanatic, then that's great. There's a million different things you can do, but some people just don't like it, and that's fine. I personally think that there is a cardio out there for everyone that they actually enjoy, but it's finding it is the issue. I really, really enjoy ice skating. When I used to go, I used to be like sweating. Considering I've only really been a gym person for like a year or two, but I think my legs are as toned as they are due to ice skating, and that is a form of cardio. And like it takes a lot out of you. Like I'm out of breath, I'm sweating, I need a drink, my heart is going, and I find it fun. It doesn't feel like exercise to me. And if walking's as far as you want to go when it comes to cardio and exercise, then that's fine. You'll lose weight if you do no exercise. If you're in a calorie deficit, the right one, you will not need to exercise to lose weight. However, I would urge you to, because it's better for you. And you'll preserve your muscle mass again, which is so important. I know I keep saying it, but it's so important to keep your muscle mass while you're losing your fat. That leads me on to weightlifting. Heavy weightlifting, guys. People lift weights because they want a big bunda. I know that's what I do. People lift weights because they want big biceps and triceps. That makes sense. I do that too. If you already have good arms, good legs, good bum, and you're happy, you don't really want to change anything, lift them anyway. You don't have to lift weights just to change how you look. It is so good for your body to do it. What's weightlifting good for? Build a muscle, yes. Helps you burn more calories, which we're all here to do. We want to lose weight. That's why you're watching the video. And on that note, it burns a lot more calories than people realise. People think you have to be on a treadmill running full speed and your heart's about to burst out of your chest to burn a lot of calories. Weightlifting really burns calories. And it boosts your metabolism. What? Like, what? So you're telling me I can lift weights? Endorphins are going crazy in my head right now. I'm feeling really good about myself. I've got a pump. I'm feeling all kinds of sexy. And also, my metabolism is ready to just rip through everything that I eat. And it'll just go straight into my muscles. And I'll just be a big, strong muscle mama. I think personally that's great, but there's obviously a time, a place and a way to do it. I feel like you have to start off slow. If you've never lifted a weight before, you have to just take it slow. Do a wee half-an-hour session. Don't be doing a 2-hour powers lifting session. And depending on your age and I suppose just in general your bone density and just how active you are as a person, you need to take it really slow so you don't pull muscles and so you don't create issues for yourself later on in life. But when you get to the stage where you're comfortable with the weights that you're at and you can feel the burn and you leave feeling strong and proud of yourself. As I said in my last video, it's not easy at all. It gets easier as you go. And with what I just said, going to the gym, you're proud of yourself, you eat that healthy meal, you feel satisfied and your muscles feel like they're being fed and nourished with what you're eating, and it's guilt-free, and you're stepping on those scales and you're losing weight and your body's becoming more contoured and you're seeing differences, your skin's more clear from the foods that you're eating. All those little things that you'll see on your exterior and the way you'll feel in your interior when it comes to serotonin and all those happy hormones, it's so worth the effort of trying. So this kind of brings me to the end of this video. I'm sorry if it's a lot shorter than the other one. I feel like I had more to say in the other one. I said this in the last video and I'll say it now. If I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you and I think you will smash it. And the most important thing I want to say is, no matter what you think you look like right now, if you think you're too thin or too big or too short or too wide or too tall, you are yourself. You are the only version of you that has ever existed. And you are beautiful in your own unique way. Don't lose weight for anyone else. Do it for yourself and do it safe. And do it so that you have the rest of your life to enjoy this beautiful world and the people around you. If anyone has any questions, please drop them in the comments. I will try and answer them as best as I can. But again, not a medical professional, guys, but I'll do what I can to help. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and if you have watched my last video, thank you very, very much. I'll be back next week with probably a bit more of a normal vlog for me. I'm trying to think of what I'm doing next weekend. I don't know if I'm doing anything, but I'll bring you along with me regardless. But thank you very, very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow my other socials for more content, or you can scan the wee QR code at the end of my video.